At Revolution, AEW said goodbye to the Stinger, but on Dynamite, AEW said goodbye to the Fuels as they dropped under 800,000 despite the big signing of Okada. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, and it just goes to show it doesn't matter which bum you fly over for Japan and overpay to be in this company for the next 3 years. It ain't going to make a difference. People can talk about Will Ospreay being the best wrestler in the world. Well, when it came to the main event, when it came to Will Ospreay, that is when the most amount of fans tuned out. We had like 2/3 of the audience remaining by the time Will Ospreay brought his little English ass out there to take on Kyle Fletcher. So we're going to do a breakdown here of the AEW Dynamite 6th of March 2024 ratings, but not good. Overall, the show did a 779,000 viewership with 0.27 in the 18 to 49 demographic. Something that doesn't really get mentioned these days. Like a couple of years ago, Meltzer, Jericho, these guys would be touting that P18 to 49 demographic rating because it was the only thing they were doing pretty good in. They were pretty close to WWE Raw in the demographic. Now, I mean, they're not only sucking in the demographic, they're also sucking in the overall viewers. And all of a sudden, Chris Jericho is no longer the Demo God.
Yeah, the Demo God, it was a pathetic nickname.
The Demo Fraud?
The Demo Fraud, that's definitely... No, but I'm not going to change my rhetoric on that. I said years ago that was pathetic, and just because AEW is getting beat by WWE doesn't automatically make it great. Neither of them should be celebrating it. It doesn't mean anything. Who cares if people 18 to 49 are watching it? See if WWE, right, when AEW's beating them's got 1 billion people above 50 watching them. Think they're going to care that AEW's got like 10,000 people more watching them in the 18 to 49? It doesn't matter. It's pathetic.
Does not matter. But no, I mean, this is in a time when Jericho was talking about this, when Meltzer was talking about this. AEW Dynamite were doing like 1.3, 1.2.
Yeah.
I think they did a couple of 1.4s. I mean, they're now down at 779. So you're talking they've almost lost near half the audience. When was the last Dynamite show that got over 1 million viewers? There's not been one in 2024. There's not been one in a very long time. Could you argue there might never be one again?
Yes.
I think they've used all the trump cards. I think they've brought in all the big people that they can. I think CM Punk was probably the last thing that they could... I mean, yeah, you've got maybe a Goldberg run or something like that.
But he's not going to bring in that. I don't think he is.
No, I don't think so, but we'll see. Anyway, so here are the quarter-hour numbers for AEW Dynamite. We kick off the show with Samoa Joe, Swerve Strickland, Adam Cole promo, 930,000 viewers, and this was the highest viewed quarter of the show. But keep in mind, the Big Bang Theory leads into Dynamite, and it's speculated that that is our big reason for why AEW do so well. And when you look at quarter two, we have, 150,000, 145,000 drop-off, and it was still Swerve and Joe in a tag team match with Chris Jericho and Hook backstage and a Young Bucks promo. So, I mean, we start the first quarter with Joe and Swerve Strickland. Joe and Swerve Strickland also continue into the second quarter, yet it loses 145,000 fans. That doesn't make sense.
No, it has to be the Big Bang Theory factor. The fact that happens every week tells you everything you need to know.
Because if Joe and Swerve were the reason for that 930k, then why are they not duplicating that in quarter two?
Yeah, I think it makes sense though, because it's consistency. It's not like Big Bang Theory's on once every blue moon before Dynamite. The people that watch Big Bang Theory would like AEW, because Big Bang Theory is for fucking nerds. Right, let's call a balloon a balloon.
Now, is it possible that people tune in to see the first 5 minutes and they decide, you know what, I don't want to watch this crap, or...
I think it's a case of Big Bang Theory finishes, somebody goes to the toilet, or they go to get something to eat, they come back, they see fake-ass wrestling on their TV, and go, you know what, actually, I'm not going to watch this, and turn it over.
See, I think that's fair, because if somebody's watching a show, then that show goes off the air, are they going to look for something new to watch straight away, or are they going to, like you say, get up, get a drink, make something to eat, then come back and look for something else to watch? And by that time, you've already, led into Dynamite. So I think that's a fair point, 100%. Quarter three, we got Hook versus Brian Cage with a best friends backstage segment. That's got 792,000, so it went up 7,000 on quarter two. Quarter four, Matt Menard versus Killswitch with a post-match Christian and Adam Copeland chase to the parking lot, that got 779k. There was also a Sting video at the end of that. So far, this is the lowest rate at quarter 4. Quarter 5, Young Bucks, Okada, Eddie Kingston angle with the start of the Rio Chris Statlander. This was 865k, the second highest feud quarter of the show. I think they had the continuation of the Sting video and then the Bucks and stuff coming out. So, yeah, the Bucks. Maybe people are big fans of the Bucks.
I think AEW's dropped the ball with Sting. We've seen with Flair, they did like a big retirement ceremony. Why not do that?
Up next, quarter 6, we had the Rio Statlander finish. We had a Tony Storm promo and then a Willow Nightingale promo, 726k. That was the second lowest quarter of the show. I'm not really surprised considering what's on that. I mean, it was a quarter that featured only women, and it was the second lowest quarter of the show. So maybe
Tony Khan's right.
Quarter 7, we had a Darby Allin relinquishing the belts with Jay White coming out, a House of Black backstage promo, and a Mark Briscoe Jay Lethal backstage promo. This got 747k. Not mad. I mean, Darby Allin relinquishing the belts, and it's not a great rating, is it?
No, it's not a great rating, but again, it just seems to be a trend.
Third lowest quarter.
I think just wrestling in general, though. I think they normally peak at the start, don't they?
And then we get quarter 8, Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher, big main event. Everyone was saying how great this was. Everyone's saying this is the best thing that they've seen. Blah blah blah. Great wrestling match. It got 654,000 views, the lowest quarter by a long way. It was the lowest quarter of the show by what? 72,000.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, the funny thing is, though, right? Kyle Fletcher's a bum, and so's Will Ospreay. But say you've never watched wrestling, and for some reason the Big Bang Theory's finished, and you went, I'm going to watch this. Do you want to hear what these guys have got to say, or do you want to see a 30-minute gymnast contest? It's like, if you see the Big Bang Theory, see if it was like you watch the Big Bang Theory for the characters, for the dialogue. You wouldn't watch it if it was just like a 30-minute episode of a bunch of pathetic guys rolling about, would you?
I don't know why.
You need a reason to care.
I don't know why people watch the Big Bang Theory, but anyway. And the 7-minute overrun where Bryan Danielson came out to stare down Will Ospreay got 676,000. So they found 22,000 viewers when Bryan Danielson came out.
There's a reason why AEW is not going to be able to get any new fans, because they just focus so much on wrestling. WWE in the past was characters. That's how you get new people in. If you've never watched wrestling before, right? You're simply not going to get involved in it based off the wrestling. It's going to have to be down to the characters.
Now you could maybe get involved due to the outside of the wrestling, and then at one point begin to like the wrestling.
Yeah.
But I doubt the wrestling is what's going to get you intrigued in the show. It's like the Attitude Era. There was probably people that didn't like wrestling, but they came for like the hot women, the crazy segments, the attitude, and then they stuck around because well, I kind of like wrestling. It's a pretty cool show.
If this show kicked off with that parking lot chase, I bet you more people would have stayed tuned for the next segment.
But see, when people tune in and they know it's fake and they just see two guys that are having a technical wrestling match, I mean, is that enough?
No, it's not enough, man.
Why wouldn't they just go and watch like some shitey Marvel film?
But Eddie Kingston, he's the most technical of them all. The flabbiest of them all.
Technical eating fucking cheeseburgers, maybe. Anyway, guys, there you go. That's the ratings breakdown there. Not a good night for AEW Dynamite. And Okada, Will Ospreay, neither of them could really do anything to help the ratings. Daniel Bryan came out, nobody really cared. Just in general, nobody cared. I think the thing that most people cared about was the Big Bang Theory. And unfortunately, that finishes at 8 o'clock.
Another thing that's no real.
Hi. Anyway, till next time. Peace.